Yo, what's up everybody? How's it going? It's Curtis. Wow, I'm here with another Deadly Decks Devlog live. This is number 37. It is April 17th. Oh my gosh, we're really almost through April. How does that happen? How does it just like, April's just like, yep, I'm almost done. Can't get these lights right. It's like I flick it once and it's like super dark, and then I flick it on and I'm like, I feel like I'm doing Shakespeare. I don't know any Shakespeare off the top of my head. But you get the idea. Guys, today we're going to try and do a speed run on some hero design. We're going to try and finish up these heroes that we've been working on. Because I want to get back to playing this thing. I really do. I keep kind of like bouncing between the two. It's like, okay, 1 minute we have time to play through stuff, and then the other time it's like, well, this hero's broken, so we can't even play this game. So it feels weird. It's like I've never really built a game like this where there's like these systems that have to be completed, like bleeding and poison and like hexing, and there's all these kind of like different status effects and ways that the game works. And it's really challenging because it feels like half the time I'm like trying to play the game and then hitting potholes here, there, and it hasn't really felt like a smooth, like flat surface just yet. And so I'm really hoping that I can get there with this, because man, it's been a real sticking point. It's felt like really stuck, you know what I mean? So anyway, today that's what we're trying to do. Just posting a little in the Discord, which, by the way, if you want to join the Discord, like and subscribe to the channel, that helps me out a lot. But if you also want to join the Discord, it's in the link below in the description. All right. And there we go. At some point, I know I say this like almost every stream, I'm gonna get AI to do this for me. This is the obligatory, get out your bingo cards, guys. Oh, it's so bright. I think the camera is adjusting every time I move back. See how it like goes darker? Yo, what's up, furry? And then if I come close, I feel like it changes the light. Who knows? Who even knows at this point? All right, let's go ahead and hop right into it. I want to go ahead and make these cards. I really don't want to spend time. I'm trying to keep my energy level super high, if you can tell. I really want to make sure that today I make progress on these heroes, and we just kind of like button them up, and then hopefully we can play them on Monday. We have 3 heroes to work on. This is Orin, you can kind of guess, tanky bruiser. We have Lady Lyria, the magician, who I'm trying to figure out what to do with the fact that she has spells but also a weapon. And then we have Eris, who is meant to be like an assassin, who kind of like jumps out of the shadows and like that kind of deal. And so far, that's where we left off. We were working on Eris, and that's where we're going to pick it up. I'm going to just kind of like change the way I've done this before, because I think when I work on these hero kits, my morale like drops. I get like really low energy. I overthink it. And I'm going to try and just bounce out of that by just making changes and not worrying about it. We're just going to go ahead and make changes to these heroes and then try them and then change them and try them and see if we can just speed up this whole process. So we'll see where we go. We'll see where we get to with it. All right. By the way, is the music too loud or is it too quiet? Because a lot of times it feels like it might be too loud, and then it turns out, nope, you guys can't even hear it. And I'm like, okay, wow, well, that's great. Let's go ahead and open up. First thing we're going to do is we're going to fix Eris's hero ability, because I feel like that's actually the biggest problem that we have here is this hero ability. So let's pull up her hero ability, or lack thereof. Oh my god, it's not even in here. Guys, what are we doing? Where's Eris? Where'd you go? Get over here, girl. Here we go. All right, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna fix this. This is when successfully hitting a creature with miss tokens, add a bleed token. Oh my God, that doesn't sound fun. None of this sounds fun. What was I thinking? What could I have possibly been thinking when I came up with this card? Okay, I know, I was doing my best, but you know what? It's not good enough. It's just not good enough. Talk to myself like a 1987 gym coach. Get out there! Get out there and make those cards! We do not give up! We are not gonna give up! There's someone else out there making those cards, and you can't just sit around and wait for them to do it. You gotta get up and make your own cards. Okay, coach. What? Something's different about me? Go back, it's funnier when you rant with a thicker beard. Oh no. My beard is undermining the entire stream. Beard, you're banned. You're banned, Beard. Get out. Go. Go, leave the chat. Beard has left the chat. When she attacks a card, when she attacks a monster, her teammates do 1.5 more damage. Ooh, that's interesting. That's a little something. Okay, she's sneaky. I'm trying to think, but only on that monster. This is a sneaky person. So how, again, this is the thing that I've learned. It's the best ones are the powers that allow you to help another teammate by doing something. So when successfully hitting a creature with miss tokens, what if we have all these cards here. What do these cards even do? Why do we have all these cards over here? Get over here. Get away from here. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. When she the most successful ones has been she flanks from behind, making monsters turn around and her teammates' attacks do more. Wow, I love it. That's really fun. So when she hits them, they actually respond differently. That's kind of fun. Okay, she jumps out of the shadows and she does stuff. I wonder what her power could be. Her power could be, what could she help someone with? What if she skips her turn? What if she skips her turn and gives another player? Oh, what if I'm trying to think of this through. What if I was thinking, like, what if she can skip her turn and let someone else attack with a +1 to their roll, but you get to do their attack and Eris's attack, like a combo attack? But we did a combo attack with Simeon. I believe Simeon, when Simeon attacks roll is a crit, you do a +1 to the party's next attack roll, which is kind of like a combo. What is her power? How does she help someone? She can, if they have damage, Eris can distract them and take their attack. That's kind of fun. Eris can, that's a little bit like Kira, where Kira can use the shields to block any hero damage. I feel like this kind of like if she were to be able to distract a creature, that might be like too similar. Okay. You know, what does Bucket do again? Bucket leaves, you exhaust and place a mist token. Next turn, roll once and use exhausted weapon twice. Exhaust the weapon. That's when he does his wind up. He puts a mist token on someone. The thing is, they have to be things that like have a cost. Like you can't just do them every time. You know, like you wouldn't just, well, that's the problem with this one. This is good. Unstun a hero. Kira, generate and place a mist token. His is pretty good. His is pretty good. He's got the best one, honestly. His is really fun. When you get a crit, you get a +1 to the next roll. Remove 1 bleed or poison token. Yep. Flanking, this one is not very good. Looks like we really don't have many good ones. Let's see. What could we do if... Interesting. I'm thinking about this. Ooh, is this getting too complex? That's the thing. I don't want it to get too complex. Eris can... Oh, this is where I get stuck. I can feel it's so challenging. Maybe she lowers the damage of enemies depending on how good because she flanks. Let's see. Let me pull this up. I don't have the actual stream up here. Let me take a look. Maybe she lowers the damage of enemies depending on how good she rolls because she flanks. Yeah, that's kind of like Rowan, right? Doesn't Rowan do the flanking? This is where I get stuck with these hero kits, man. Okay, we're not gonna let it hit. We're gonna just keep going. We're just gonna keep going. They're so challenging. Maybe I don't have enough pieces. I do have enough pieces. We could do something with here. She can take someone else's miss token. When someone misses, she could let them... She could let them, like... So tricky. What can she do that would help other people? She could... It's like, could she like... Yeah, like she's supposed to jump into the shadows? And I keep coming back to this thing. I feel like this could work. This shadow cloak could work, but maybe it's her hero power. But I think we tried that before, and then she can just do it anytime she wants. And then if it costs a turn to do it, then you kind of can't like do anything that turn. Dang, dudes. Dang. This is tough content to make, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is tough content. I like playing this game on here. I don't like designing on here. It's getting challenging. It's like really hard, and I feel like I have a hard time being able to think through this because I feel pressure, and I don't think I should be trying to pressure myself to make design decisions for the heroes. I think I should really just stick to playing it on stream and designing stuff off stream and bringing it on, because it feels too much pressure. I think it's just too much pressure. Like I feel it in my brain. I'm like, okay, we got to come up with something because we got to put this together on stream, and we want to get it to work. And I feel like that's just not when great ideas happen. Great ideas aren't like a pack mule that you just keep like hitting to make it go up the mountain, right? Like that's just not like the way it works. I'm gonna keep doing it on here today, but I just feel like I've tried this a bunch at this point, and these types of streams, I'll be honest with you, are becoming less and less fun for me even. I'm like, ugh, I don't want to be on stream trying to figure out a really clever, brilliant solution to a problem that I've been struggling with. I just think it's like, it just might be too much pressure for this type of creative work. He said, no, we got to fix it. It's not the fixing. I know that I can fix it. It's more like the feeling that I have while trying to work on it is like slowly, whenever I do this type of work now, it's like slowly becoming like content focused, where it's like I have to solve it on stream. Like, for instance, if I was working on this on my own, I might just sit here for like 30 minutes and go do something else. And then I would come back and maybe I would think of it while I was out there, right? And so I can't do that here. It's like I'm like stuck and I'm just staring at a blank canvas, and it's just not like engaging me. It's not making me feel like, yeah, this is really great, fun stuff to do on stream. It's really starting to feel like, this feels like taking a test is the best way I could put it. It's like starting to feel like these are pop quizzes. Like, hi, game designer, pop quiz. Here's a hero that needs to have a whole power kit added to them, and can you come up with it in 45 minutes or less? And it's like, meh, I don't know. It's not hitting. So we'll keep doing it, but I think the way this will work is I would much rather have like almost like starting a fire. I just feel like starting the fire is like really challenging sometimes, and I'd rather have time to get that to feel really good and strong rather than putting like a gun to my head and being like, okay, come up with something while you're on stream, like just do it. She's a top frag. No, she really looks like all DPS, no health. What if she throws the knives? Yeah, well, I mean, Rowan has that. You know, Rowan has that. Those are some of my favorite cards. Where's Rowan's throwing knives? Yeah. These were really fun. Roll if crit, do 3, and then he does the flank thing. This was a really great breakthrough, though, this part here, but I feel like it's not really saving me from what we have to do here, which is like, okay, what does she do to help another player? She can... I was gonna say, like, maybe she can take the... She could take the blood tokens and cash them in for a stun. Maybe, like, maybe she has some cool thing where she could be like, oh, if a creature has 2 blood tokens on them, which this would not make sense, but remove those and stun this hero or stun this creature, or maybe you keep it. She can stun one creature that has a certain amount of blood tokens on them. Again, it's like really complicated. It's like almost too hard to use, and it doesn't really help people. She can take half the damage someone else, like they're behind, but that sounds more like a tank perk. Yeah, right. Like, so if Lady Lyria was going to take 2 damage, she could take 1 and Eris could take 1. Yeah, I was thinking that too. You know, like maybe she has something there that she can do. Yeah, what is she? If someone was attacking someone else, she has so many cool ideas. That's the thing that's such a interesting struggle with designing this hero, is she has so many cool ideas. I just can't seem to combine them correctly into a way that feels strong. Like, she has this thing where she can hide in the shadows, which I love. This is such a cool idea that she could hide in the shadows. It's a really neat idea. And that she can't be targeted is really cool. And I think making it like a one-time use is really important. So I can't give it to her as a thing, because I feel like you could just keep using it over and over again. And if you happen to be attacking by yourself, then the game's broken. You could just keep like, okay, great, I'm attacking one creature. One creature's going to hit me and kill me. So I would just hide in the shadows forever, right? What if she could set a trap? What if she sets a trap in front of one of the heroes, and if that hero gets attacked, that trap triggers and hits them? I don't know if that's really interesting, because it's a little bit predictable. I mean, like, when would you not know who's going to attack and why and when? There'd have to be some randomness, but then also she could just keep setting traps. But this is kind of a fun idea, like setting traps. Setting traps. It's kind of fun. Could she set a trap where you can roll for your normal attack? Come on, seriously. You can roll for your attack and you get 2 dots maybe, and the 2 dots signify who you can set the trap on. Yeah, her attack does more damage, her first attack. I was thinking that too. If she goes first, she gets a +1 to her attack roll, maybe, right? Which is like, but that would be every single time, and then that's also a selfish ability, and I'd really rather their abilities all be things that they do for each other. I kind of like this idea of a trap. What could a trap be? Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's this. She sets the trap here. She sets the trap in front of a player. How does she set a trap in time? Well, I was thinking, like, do you ever see cantrips? What are they called? Or cantraps or whatever. What are they called? What are those things that they throw them on the floor? Let me see. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. What's that thing assassins D throw on the floor for a trap? Caltrops. Yeah, I was thinking these. I was thinking about caltrops. Like she throws them on the floor and then they hit them. Like that could be kind of cool. So we have caltrops. Does she have caltrops? Oh yeah, if a hero's about to die and she rolls okay, she takes the hit instead. Okay, I like that a lot. Yeah, I do like that. I think that's going to be one of these cards though. One of these alliance cards where they tell a story about sacrificing each other. Yeah, could she throw caltrops? Could she throw caltrops in front of a hero? So she can put them here if she wants, but then how many times can she do that? And then if they step on them, they get it. Like if they attack, if the Seekers attack Lady Lyria, then they hit the trap. It'd be funny if the heroes could hit the traps too. I mean, maybe. Maybe if they're about to die. I don't mind this miss. Like if the Seekers, if you place the trap and then the Seekers attack Lady Lyria, they hit the trap. But again, why would you not do this, right? This is where it gets troublesome, where it's like, then you just give her a power, you use it, and you feel like a computer. You really want it to be something that's like, oh, I don't want to use this now. I want to wait for the right moment. I feel like that's interesting. The trap idea is really cool. Could even be one of these, you know, and you place it and then they hit it, they trigger the trap and they're stunned. I just feel like though, what does that really do? Like, how is that even a choice? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like it can't be just a one-time thing. It has to be more interesting than a one-time thing. Every time I work on this character, it's just so complicated. So complicated. Let's pull these over. Let's get rid of all of this stuff. Let's just put this over here. Okay, let's talk about this blood mask. Maybe there's something here. Because maybe what we do is this. Let's say whoever cross that takes damage, so they'll only do it if they need to do a lot of damage or if they're charging up. Let's try this. What if she does miss tokens as well? If If, man, this is hard. This is hard content to make. If we, I would love to do something with the mask here, I feel like. So we take this and we say, if 2 or more bleed tokens on this hero oh, thanks, Furry. Really? Maybe I'm being too self-conscious then. I don't know. It's just, it's hard. I think I know what the thing is of what I'm struggling with is like, I'm struggling with the feeling of the pressure to resolve this and not choke the stream. You know, it's like, I can feel it. It's like the thing that I used to feel with Twitch, and I haven't really felt it working on this on YouTube at all. But I do feel it now coming back to this, that I've done this enough times with these hero kits, that like when I play through the game with the heroes, I have a lot of fun. And I really love playing the games. When I'm on here and I'm like trying to solve a problem and I haven't said a word for like 5 seconds, my brain is like, you're streaming though, bro, you're streaming though. And it's like, that's the thing that's catching me, I think, about it, is like, it's not that I won't be able to figure it out, or, you know, it's not something I don't like to do. I actually really love doing this kind of work, but I don't like doing it when I'm feeling like a clock that I have to manage behind my eyes of like, but make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're, you know, like you're streaming. Cause like, why would I stream if I'm just not going to talk to anyone or like try to do it? So yeah, anyway, thanks for telling me that. That's really kind, thoughtful. I think people like listening to you or don't want a backseat like me. You think so? Okay, well, we'll just keep going with it. We'll see if I can shake this like self-tilting. It would be amazing. But so far I haven't been able to figure it out yet. I feel like also too, I really love to be like silly and funny about designing these characters too. And I feel like this character is so serious and I just don't have that either, you know? Oh, Jasper, hi. You're catching me live for one of the first times. Oh my gosh, and you just like are hearing me. It's like, this is why I guess you're not supposed to say stuff, but you're just hearing me like basically like blast my own stream. Welcome to the Curtis WoW stream. Thanks for hanging out. So look, this is this card game that I've been building, and the thing that I've been talking about, just so I don't know if how long you've been listening, but like the thing is like it's over, probably we're close to 300 cards at this point. And I love this game a lot. Been working on this game with a fellow friend of mine, James Cavanaugh. He did all the art for it, and it's a great game and I love it. But I've found that there's two different things that I do, two phases that I do on stream, and one of them is like playing the game and playtesting it, which I freaking love. It's so fun. I have a blast with it. I can tell you so many times funny things have happened and I really enjoy it. And then there's this part where I have to like, there's 10 heroes and I'm trying to design these 10 heroes and you pick 3 and you go on this solo quest. And I don't know what it is, but like, well, I do know what it is. I spent weeks doing all 10 characters straight through nonstop without ever playing the game to take a break. And I'm just kind of burnt out on it. And this hero in particularly has just been like, I don't know what it is. It's such a trick to design this hero. I don't know why. I've made so many cool cards for this hero, but I just get stuck on this hero. And now I'm starting to feel like the thing of like go into my brain of like thinking about how to solve this hero. And then 5 seconds, 10 seconds go by and I feel like I forget that I'm even on stream. I'm just like zoning out. I'm like, who wants to watch someone zone out on stream? I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. Raymond, the deck is deadly. It's always deadly. How are you doing, Raymond? Happy Friday. Well, Jasper, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hopping out of the shadows, the lurk shadows, to just give me a thumbs up. I've caught several of your streams in the last couple minutes and gone back to watch the VOD. Oh, thanks. Wow, well, welcome. Thanks for being here. Yay. Wow, growing. Community growing. She passes soft body armor to her teammates that break in one hit. Ah, so tricky with these powers, man. Like, go back and give her... All right, let's just play. You know what? We're going to do what I just told Jasper that the problem is. We're just going to play it and see what happens. Let's go ahead and pretend that we're playing here. It's Eris's turn, and she's going to go ahead and use... We did this yesterday. I still don't know if we're going to keep this, but this slice does 1 damage, 2 damage, 3 damage based on the roll, and I have to do a speed check, which basically means I have to get a 4 or above, right? This is the most complex card in the world. I know. I don't know why. I really am like, it's like, you know, like in 8 Mile with Eminem when he like chokes. I feel like every time Eris comes up, I'm just like, they're like choke, 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 choke. Just like, they're like, come on, dude, show us your game design skills. And I'm like, Mom spaghetti. Like, okay, so if we got a 1, that would add to the 2, which would give us a 3. Is that right? Is this how we figured this works? We didn't. We said this is the 2. The 2 gets added to this. That makes it a 4, so I hit, and then I do 1 damage. I don't know about all that. I still come back to that, and I feel like that's a little sum. Okay, I am getting something. I think the trap card is a good place to start. I do feel like this. We're gonna actually take that away as a power, the Caltrops, and we're gonna actually give it to her as a card that she can use. Okay, so it'll be similar to Rowan's Blades in that you can only use it once per encounter. But I think this will be pretty cool. You put the card in front of someone and then it triggers. Okay, so let's do that. Let's put little Caltrops. Let's get a little image here of like Caltrops, I guess. Let's drop it on here. Oh, beautiful. Thanks, internet. Oh my gosh. Intranet. What is... Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna get Caltrops. Again, we're gonna get Caltrops. It's gonna be fine. Everything's okay. I'm okay. Open link in new tab. Okay, we're gonna drop them right in here. For those of you who might not know, Caltrops are like those little things that they look like jacks or whatever, and people throw them on the floor, and then they're like really hard to walk around. Tolerance 50. Oh, that's much better. And then we'll just give it a little black outline. And I have a pretty cool idea on how these are going to work. So let me go ahead and get rid of what was behind it here. And we'll just make up a new card here, which is going to be like Eris's like 5th card that I've made for her. And like, please, Eris, please like these cards. Please. I'm just trying to make you happy. Everything I do for you. I do it out of love. I think your trap idea was pretty cool. Oh, what? You never saw that? You never saw 8 Mile? You're from Detroit, Michigan, right, Raymond? You gotta see 8 Mile. That's your hometown. I think your trap idea was pretty cool. Making it so it hurts both if one attacks would make it so it's their choice. Caltrops? Are caltrops a Russian thing? I don't think so. I mean, maybe? I didn't think they were. They're usually like I've first heard of them in like Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, the way this is gonna work is place this card. Okay, we're gonna try something. Get ready, guys. We're about to get wild and crazy with this card game. We're gonna do the things that other card games only dream they could do. Buckle up, boys. We're gonna get wild with card games. Okay, so we put this right here. And the idea for this, I think you guys are gonna like this. I think you're gonna like this. It's going to be a card you put in front of other heroes. Think about that for a minute. And if they get attacked, the creatures will have to deal with stepping on these Lego blocks that debilitate them and make them die. Place this card in front of a hero. When a creature attacks this hero, do 2 damage. And then I'm gonna put this 1/E. This is my new made up way of saying this card can only be used once per encounter. Okay, caltrops. Ow. I'm gonna make this card's text is gonna be ow. Ow. Ouch. No, just ow. Okay. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready to try these? I think this is pretty neat. We haven't done anything like this before. I think this is where I get tricked out with this card game, is like, part of me wants every single card to feel new and unique. And I feel like I've really achieved that with a lot of these cards. But I do feel like I get a little stuck on anytime something doesn't feel new and unique. I get real like, ooh, ooh. You're thinking of the toy caltrops aren't Russian. Oh yeah, it's like jacks, right? Yeah, right. Almost like a supportive tool, Jasper. Yeah, so I mean, the idea with this game, just so you know, Jasper, is like, I mean, you said you watched a couple other VODs, so maybe you get the vibe of this, but the whole point of this game is to, instead of cards just acting independently, like, you know, you play Magic and like cards just do stuff, and like sometimes there's support cards, but there's meant to be this real thing where a bond forms between these 3 heroes because they specifically are helping each other. And much like D&D, instead of this game all being strategy, like say Slay the Spire, which this is not in any way a knock or throwing shade, But Slay the Spire, that game's already made. What am I going to do? Make another Slay the Spire? Not going to do that. As a game designer, I like to challenge myself with new concepts and experiments. And the idea and experiment behind this was, could I create a perfect card system, no deck building, that felt very JRPG, that would lead to narrative storytelling through mechanics where, you know, a player drops a torch, which we've seen with Ashmar. Ashmar is like literally the funniest hero in here. Drops a torch, the torch burns out, he's gonna get killed, and then someone saves his life, and it's like building that whole narrative. Weight. Light to heavy can carry 3 to 9 units of weight, and heavier things like huge weapons can weigh more. Idea for bleeding: if you deal 3 damage, they take 1 more. So if you did 6 damage, they will take 2 more. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So you're saying the bleed tokens would be like, if I hit this hero, if I hit this creature for a 1 and they were bleeding, was for some reason, let's just say they're already bleeding and I hit them for 1, I only do 1 damage. But you're saying if they're bleeding and I do 3 damage, they take an extra 1? Or are you saying just when it gets to 3, you put a 4 on it? I think that would be interesting, I guess, but then you'd have to really count like every 3. I think it's 3 on an attack. Like if you don't do a high attack when they're bleeding, it doesn't do much. That would be interesting. There might be something there. It's a pretty cool idea, Furry. Furry, I love it. It's amazing. The amount of ideas that you're hitting with this is awesome. And honestly, that's kind of where I want to go with this, guys. I've really thought about this. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I've been really contemplating like making a player's guide manual, because you don't need a DM for this, but like making a player's guide manual so that you can craft your own cards and make your own campaigns. And this would kind of be like a card game. It would be like if Dungeons and Dragons were a card game, right? Where everyone makes their own stories and they make up their own heroes, but they play by this like basic set. I kind of feel like, man, this could get to a point where I could make a system and then people can just make any cards that they want and like add rules and things. And it would kind of be like a open source dungeon card game. This kind of sounds so weird, but like if this Deadly Deck system was an open system where you could just read the PDF and just make your own cards, could be really fun. You could flip the blood token to a different looking damage token so they don't get mixed. We used to have that. I don't know if you remember, but there was a blood token, and then on the back of it, it had more blood. It had 3 little blood droplets. This game has lore, guys. This game has backstory. It has an origin story. Okay, wait, back to the nature at hand here, though. We were almost done there, and then I procrastinated myself, which, get out your bingo card. Is that going to be a running joke? Caltrops. Come on down to the Caltrops. It just sounds like Caltrops. Come on down to the Caltrops. I don't think we've hit the level with I don't think we've hit the level with Eris yet that we've hit with like other heroes like Simeon. God bless Simeon. Do we not just like love that man to death? He is so fun to play. A gambling gladiator. I mean, come on. It's so fun. He's so great. I feel like, and like Lady Lyria with the tea set. And I just feel like, you know, a lot of the heroes have like really cool stuff, and I just feel like I haven't hit that with Eris yet. Eris just, for lack of a better word, Eris feels very like predictable and a little, dare I say, boring. I know that's not the best thing to say about a character inside my game, but I just kind of feel like I haven't hit that point with her yet where I'm like, oh yeah, like this character is so funny and so good. I have an idea though about it. I'm thinking it might revolve around the blood tokens. Like she's gonna use these blood tokens. We already have them. Whoops. There's got to be a way to turn these blood tokens into something really funny. All right. If Kidwell was a little older, he could probably give you a million ideas. Stay tuned for instant ideas. God, wouldn't that be crazy? Oh, that's so wild. I mean, he plays Minecraft now like every single day. And he already knows tons about Minecraft. Like he knows stuff that like I never knew. And I had my own SMP for like a while. And I've played Minecraft for like over 15 years. I remember back in the day. I literally remember when Minecraft came out. That was wild. If you had told me it was going to stick around, everyone thought it was just a fun little indie game at first. And then that was not the case. It was not just a fun little indie game. It was kind of cray. Okay, we're going to go to It's That Time Again. Hashtag not an ad. Let's go to my favorite website, Imgur. Oh, no, we're not going to go to that Imgur. That one's not signed in. I have to go to this Imgur. Yo, guys, by the way, you want to hear something wild that happened to me? I've been posting on TikTok and Instagram. I think I mentioned this before, but I had a speech coach who kind of like helped me to understand, to be perfectly honest, why some things I was saying would like make people unreasonably angry. And I always felt like whenever I would kind of like say stuff that I would try to make a point about something, I'd be very much kind of like hit with like combating like conflict discussions. And these were, you know, and so I hired this coach that I found on Instagram. He's really amazing, by the way. He's a really amazing guy. And honestly, he obviously works. This is not even like a crazy like, guys, you should go see him. But just if you need to work on like the way you present ideas or speak, all I could tell you is I was getting like 500 to 1,000 views. And 2 days ago, I just posted myself talking for 60 seconds or a minute and a half about boomers and ice cream. And I have now over 200,000 views across TikTok and Instagram, which is wild. Like that's honestly never happened to me before. There's like comments all the time coming in. And it was wild. I can't believe that happened. I'm getting distracted. I'm doing it again. Stupid, 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 stupid. There it is. One of these days I'll find my good old caltrops. I don't know why I keep doing that. Like, hopefully it's not offensive to anyone, but I don't know why. But when I want to, but the caltrops, it just sounds like caltrops. Like it'd be some kind of like farming thing that they talk about. I don't know who they are. I guess farmers. They refer to caltrops. Maybe because it sounds like cow troughs, but cows don't even eat out of troughs. So I don't know where this is all going. I don't even know why I'm still talking about it other than just kind of like procrastinating. All right, we have caltrops minus the I don't know, possibly insensitive southern accent. I don't know. I don't even know if it's offensive. Probably that means someone would say, well, then don't say it. And I would say, well, it's too late. Guess I'm getting clipped. It's been a great time, guys. I had a lot of fun on here. I know, Raymond, he will know more than, he probably already does know more than Minecraft. We have little, like, not heated arguments in any way, but, like, we have, like, a running disagreement because he'll tell me, how did you know that? And I'll tell him, I've been playing Minecraft longer than you. And he goes, no, you haven't. And I'm like, no, dude, literally, you don't understand math because you're 5, but 15 years is way more than, like, 9 months. Like, and bro, I took you to the Minecraft movie. How dare you? You didn't talk to my 5-year-old like I'm getting into an argument with a stranger. Bro, I took you to the Minecraft movie. What are you even talking about? I'm a cowboy. You got the method down, Raymond said. It's kind of like writing an article. Start with a good hook. Yeah, you know what? Reese, by the way, I should probably plug him. His name is Progress Playground on Instagram, but his name is Reese. And one of the biggest things that he taught me was that I come from an Italian German family, and let me tell you, like, I have 2 brothers, an older brother and a younger brother. it's like disagreeing with each other is a way of showing affection. That's all I can tell you. And not just being like, I don't know if I agree. I mean, like hands moving, like almost yelling, like, no, what? How could you possibly think Michael Keaton is the best Batman? Like, what? You are crazy, dude. Like, so I feel like that's kind of like been instilled in me, and I never really understood like what kind of impact it could have on my life, except that not everybody enjoys talking like that. It's a shocker. It's a shock. It's a literal shock to me. Learning this in real time. And so he really helped me to understand that when I'm saying something that like, for instance, you know, the TikTok that blew up that has like 200,000 views on it now was about how like boomers back in the day could find a dime on the floor and go buy an ice cream cone. And like, imagine what that does to your brain and your worldview when you can just find money on the floor. And when you do, you can actually do things with it like immediately. And so I was just saying, like, this is probably why boomers say this. Now, before using the speech coach, I probably would have said, can you believe boomers grew up in a time where they could just find money and go? And it's that little change that I learned to stop doing, which is to put the judgment out there, to say like, can you believe they, or like, you know, or like saying that someone is a problem. And I didn't know that I was doing this. I did not know. You know, it's good intentions. It's not like I was thinking in my head like F boomers. Like, I wasn't thinking that. I was just thinking like, can you believe that they do that? And so now I've changed it to like more like asking questions, trying to pull people into a discussion rather than a disagreement. And I never really thought of it that way. And it's really had a huge impact. I mean, obviously, like now I'm like, I just beat social media. Like, look at me. Wait till I go to the ATM today and show them I have 200,000 views on TikTok. My account's gonna blow up. It's like, Furry said, yeah, I should stop doing things. I always try to live by a rule of trying my best, not pissing them off, but if they don't like me for just being me, it's a free game. What? I just feel like that used to be the approach. I think that we came out of like the early 2000s with reality TV, where it's like cool to be mean or just cool to be yourself. And I think the pendulum's going to swing. I think it's important for us to include others. I think inclusion in discussion rather than disagreement is going to be the new hotness. It's going to be the new trend, I think. Okay, getting back to, you know, a game that I'm supposed to be making, but I'm digressing and going all over the map, which I usually do. Check this out. Here's how this works. Caltrops. Place this card in front of a hero when a creature attacks her. Oh God. This her. do 2 damage. Love you Caltrops, never change. Okay, so what I would do is I would put this card over, put this card, we don't have room for this. Would it go like here? Is that like how this works? Do I leave room for traps? I like this idea though, because look, this would be so cool. This undead guard is going to attack the most powerful, strongest hero on the team. That would be Orin, and he has 3, so I could put this here. And now when that creature, oh my God, one day you'll be able to say my dad's dad has played Minecraft. I bet you could say that about Pokemon at this point. There's gotta be multi-generational Pokemon families. I gotta get Coda on Pokemon more. Okay, this card would be interesting, I think, if you have to roll for damage. Like if you roll if it hits them. So they attack, you roll, you get a 1, and then it does damage to them. Or if you fail, it doesn't do anything to them. Maybe there's a little bit of an option there. I don't know. Is that interesting? Self-doubt enters the chat. Oh, hi, how are you doing? Good to see you. It's like self-doubt's like, oh, I never left. Never left. That's weird. I never left the chat. Oh, okay, great. Well, welcome back. Well, I didn't leave. All right. Yeah, no, I get you. Cool. Well, good seeing you. What? The scalpers are annoying. This dude in front of us just waiting for the 10-minute mark to hit the machine to restock and then bought everything. Damn. These Pokemon cards. I was at Target too the other day and I didn't get any. I was going to, but then I saw a bunch of kids were like standing in front of it. And like, I just felt like, I don't know. I just felt like I didn't know even what to do. I don't know why. I just feel like Pokemon is like luxury jewelry at this point. You know what I mean? Like you don't just walk up and be like, oh, I'll just take that. You kind of have to like know what you're doing. And like you don't just like pick things up or whatever. And now I feel like Pokemon like cards used to be like, oh, I'll just go get some cards. And now I feel like, shoot, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I know enough to even go buy Pokemon cards. It's because you can resell a $29 booster pack for $80. It scales a lot. Yeah, I just feel totally out of it with Pokemon, like Pokemon cards, this whole thing. We can't put it on them. We could put it in front of them. I do like this idea. I think this is kind of cool. I just don't know if it's making the whole play table like way bigger than it needs to be. I'd much rather a token. You guys know I love my tokens. Token. Another token. Give me another token. Token. You're in it for getting the cool looking cards? What? We're still stuck back here. I made the caltrops and I'm not even happy with them. Place this card in front of a hero. When a creature attacks this herd, do 2 damage. We drop this. I love this idea of being able to take these and throw them in front of another hero. The question is, I just don't want it to feel like, oh wow, I threw a trap here, but then they're just gonna hit and take damage. It looks like chicken feet. Oh, I just grabbed this off the internet. Like, it's not even real art. I just literally grabbed this. I should probably put on there like a work in progress or something, so that even when people come in here, they can be like, oh, okay, great, got it. Because I can see where that could be confusing. My issue with it right now, guys, is I just don't feel like this is much of a choice. We go back to this thing of like choice, and it's like, okay, so why wouldn't I just start the battle and be like, first turn, boom, put these in front, and then, you know, I know they're going to attack, I know they're going to hit. I think what's much more interesting is some kind of like randomness, some kind of like, are they gonna hit it or are they not gonna hit it? That's kind of what I keep coming back to. This is pretty cool. It's just not very interesting right now. Oh wait, the bleed token can stay, and once you do 2 to 3 damage, it counts as damage. Ooh, that's interesting. So you have to like actually hurt them enough to make the bleed token count. I love this idea of setting a trap though. Because she totally would set a trap, right? I mean, the trap is a cool idea. I do like it. I just don't know how to implement it in a way that creates a really interesting choice. You put the caltrops down, you throw them out in front of you, literally like caltrops. You choose one enemy that cannot do damage for 1 round and some damage. Yeah, like stuns them, like the stun token that we have. Like, hello, you're stunned. You're stunning. You're a stunning undead guard. I love the idea. Like, you remember in Hearthstone? Hearthstone has spells, I think? Or secrets. They have secrets. And you can put a card down in front, and then you have to wait until someone triggers it. And then when they trigger it, you flip it over and reveal it, and it does stuff. I think that'd be interesting, except how could you trick these guys? We already know what they're going to do every single time. And I don't know. Cameron was mentioning before that we should really work on that to make it so it's not so obvious how that happens. Like that there's actual choices between, you know, how they attack, so it's a little bit unpredictable. I could see that. I just don't know how you could prepare for it. Like if you didn't know, then it would matter where you threw them. You could throw them here because you just want Lady Lyria to be protected, but you also don't know when they're going to hit Lady Lyria because who knows, you know? An enemy gets trapped. They take double damage from other heroes for 1 round. Whoa. Yeah, they get trapped in the caltrops. They step on the caltrops and then it hits them. These could end up being those damage tokens, right? Or miss tokens even. I was even thinking this could be the trap tokens. You put 2 miss tokens in front of a hero. When they get attacked, the creature gets them applied to them, and then on the next round you could hit them and do extra damage, which is kind of cool. I mean, that's pretty neat to be able to do that. There are a lot of tokens. There are. I feel pretty good about it though. I still think like this isn't that crazy for what we're doing here. Oh, you fell in your own trap. 2 damage. Oh my god, that would be so horrible. Could you imagine? Lady Lyria gets a trap thrown in front of her, and then she's like, oh good, I'm safe. And then it's like, whoops, you just rolled like poorly, so now you're on the traps, Lady Lyria. Oh my gosh, that might be too punishing for people to want to try and use. I think it's good to keep it offensive only. It's such an offensive trap. Okay. And then this assassin's blade is like, yeah, I need to see some, whoa. I need to see some older cards to see how they're written, because like, why are some of the other cards complex, but they're very easy to read? Like Simeon's Shackle Whips, Whiplash, do 1 damage to all creatures in the first row. Easy. Double Whip, roll 2 dice for each one or more. Oh, for each 1 or more you get, do 1 damage. Stacks, misses. Okay, maybe this isn't easy to read, but it is fun to use. Remember, you have to roll twice. The whole idea was you roll the first time, and if you miss, you can't roll again. That's a fail. But if you roll and you get a 1, that's 1 damage, and then you can choose to roll a second one. But if you miss, you negate the whole thing. That's really fun. He has a really fun one. He has a really fun, like, weapon, and I feel like Eris's weapon is like meh. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of an idea here. Maybe what if we did something where for her weapon, what if she like, oh cool, it's just bots calling. Wonderful. Thanks for interrupting the stream, guys. Yeah, Jasper, it's so true. There's just not any choice here. That's exactly the problem. Like, yeah, there's just not enough choice. Okay, what if she has 2 blades, right? What if we give her 2 blades? Okay. I'm feeling something. Inspiration has come a knocking. What if we were to do 2 different blades? So she has an assassin's blade on one side, but then she has another one on the other side, and you pick between the 2. Something? And they do different things? That could be cool. So you're choosing which blade you want to do, like this one, because she's holding like 2 blades, and I feel like that's something that we're not showing. Is like, okay, she has this, and then she can do this one. Oh, cool. All right, we got Jasper. Jasper's in on it. Jasper's back in the idea. Oh, wow, Furry. That would be so cool. You can disarm them. That would be sick. Okay, let's try this. Let's try it and see what happens. Okay. If we were to do this, the cool thing about it would be this does some basic attack, this does a different basic attack, and then together you can do a singular attack with both of them. So let's give that a shot. So we could do Slice. This one doesn't make any sense, but let's do this. Let's go. Slice is just do do 2 damage. Okay, it's just super basic. It doesn't do anything special. You can only miss with it. It's it. You could just 1 in 6 chance you miss. What if there's, Jasper said, what if there's some way to conditionally use both? That feels like the big kind of bursty value that you might expect from an assassin. Yeah, you can conditionally use both of them. Well, what I'm thinking is, okay, hear me out on this. You use a basic attack, and when you do, place a blood token on the weapon. Whoa, mind-blowing. I know, this is highly controversial. This has never been done before in the history of Deadly decks. So let's say this assassin's blade gets blood on it. This one gets blood on it. And then you can make a singular attack that says if, and I could give them two different names. So I could say if Blade 1 and Blade 2 have a blood token on them, do X damage and place the blood tokens on them or something. That could be kind of cool. I like this idea that the weapons get blood tokens, because we had this idea, James and I were talking about the idea that she has like a blood mask, because she has this mask. We were like looking at the card art that we made, and we were like, oh yeah, like what if there was something with like blood and the blood mask or something, like, you know, just really leaning into like getting her out of just I'm assassin girl and giving her like a real distinct, like, you know, she's like kind of like, she has this blood pixie, right? Like really leaning into the blood part of it, where she can summon this blood pixie kind of deal. That, okay, yeah, she could do this. That could also give you the big assassinate type of burst. Yeah, could. All right, so do a damage and put a bleed token on this one. Do a damage, put a bleed token on this one. Then you can cash it in. Okay, now here's the thing. As we've done before, we want to make sure that this isn't something that you just use over and over and over again. So we will have to, I'm thinking about this. You would have to exhaust. Oh, sorry. It's the one thing about this office is it's like right in front of the street, and when these like guys come by with these like super loud motorcycles, I don't know why my microphone like is like super hyped to like capture it. Okay, so we do one attack with a bleed and another attack with a bleed, and then she's going to do an assassinate, and then it wipes the blood. The blood gets wiped. My brain is like, you know, if we just make this where you do an attack, I'm very cautious about making this feel like it's just another, like you're just a computer playing the game and doing stuff. So the one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to have it where you just start the match, and you guys know this is how it always comes up. Start the match, use the first blade, great, got blood. Use the second one, got blood. You third turn, assassinate, and it's done. And then you just do it over and over again. It's true. It really does. It like picks it up. I've only heard it from other people when I've done these like you know, like work calls, and they're like, whoa, that was like really loud. I'm like, oh, okay, shoot. So we need this to be a little bit more unpredictable. Okay. The other last thing to come down to it is like, that would be 3 turns. Okay. And this is where this gets to be tricky. That's 1, 2, right? 1 attack to put blood on, 2 attacks to put blood on, and then the third attack to do the assassinate. That could start to feel like it doesn't really happen. Yeah, because it's 3 turns, right? And 3 turns, if we're really trying to take down someone like super fast, 3 turns is kind of a long time in this game. Like something could already be dead. So I really wouldn't want it to feel like you keep working up to this thing and then it doesn't work. Furry said, seems wasteful for a weapon slot when she has 2 on her back. Yeah, right? She has a lot of blades. I feel you on that. We're probably going to change it up a little bit. I don't know, something like that. But then if we cut it down to 2, it's a little too short. But let's see. Let's go with it. Let's go with it and see. I do like the idea of these blades having blood on them. That is really cool. That is really cool. putting blood on them, and then she can do something with it. Okay, well, look, we're gonna just go with it, and we're gonna try and make some of it here. We're gonna just try and put this together. Okay, so the assassin's blade, does that no? Okay. I'm just gonna call this assassin's blade 1 for now and just keep this really simple. I know it's like really not good, but we're gonna put it right here. Meow, 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 meow. She could be a lifesteal for her teammates. Yeah, I think that's actually what she used to do. But just for herself. She used to just heal herself. If she got a crit, she would heal herself, which is like, all right. So Slice does 1 damage. If creature is bleeding, do add a bleed token to this. Add a bleed token to this weapon. I'll tell you what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see if we can do a she has golden blood that can heal her teammates. That's really funny. I'm trying to see if I can make it where you do 1 damage. Let's wait on the bleeding here. Do 1 damage. Do 1 damage. If successful, can attack with blade 2. Can attack with blade 2. Can attack with blade 2 immediately. Add bleed. Can attack with blade 2 immediately. I'm trying to see if we could do something here where it's like you could do this one and then you can attack immediately with this one if you're successful. And they're 2 separate attacks, which is kind of cool. Okay. And then this one down at the bottom, we're just going to go ahead and say this is assassinate. If blade 1 and 2 have a bleed token, do 4 damage. Phew, that's a lot, but I guess it has to do 4 damage and remove bleed tokens. Something like that. Do 1 damage. If successful, add bleed. Can attack with blade 2 immediately. Not immediately. Can attack with blade 2 this turn. If blade 1 and 2 have a bleed token, do 4 damage and remove bleed tokens. Are there other ways that she can put bleed tokens on things? This is where it gets interesting. Maybe there's other things she can do with bleed tokens? Possibly. And then we'll make another one of these. We'll just make the changes here real quick. Blade 2, blade 1, and then this is blade 2. Again, this is all just prototype stuff, right? This isn't like final or anything. So let's see, this is blade 1 and this is blade 2. And then let's go to, it's time again for the Imgur advertisement. Power hour. Let's do it. Where is it? There it is. Okay, let's add these two. There's Eris. Go here and here. Open them. Okay, so let's do it. We're gonna grab this one. Let's try it out. Custom. Drop this on there. And then we grab the second one. Copy this one. And now the way this should work is, let's say we were going to attack this guy, take his tokens off. We want to attack the undead guard, has 7 health, does 2 damage to the strongest player, which is Orin. And Eris wants to do slice on blade 1. And then we could immediately do slice on blade 2. Again, there's not really much interesting things going on here, but maybe we'll get there. So we roll first. We get an epic hit. That's 1 damage. And now the interesting thing here is I could epic fail on this. And it's a 2. And so that would be 2 hits. So you have a 1 in 6 chance of, or a 2 in 12 of actually failing and dying. Add a bleed token to each one of these. And so now they're bleeding. And then on the next turn, I can do 4 damage. Wow, she's powerful. I don't know about that. Jasper said, oh, being able to move a bleed token from one card to another could be really interesting, especially when bleed tokens mean something different on different cards. I think so. Like this card in particular, the Blood Dagger, is cool because the creature must be bleeding, and when you attack it, they have to be bleeding. This was probably going to all change, but you do 1 damage per bleed token on the creature, and then you flip it, and then you summon this blood pixie. So maybe instead of that, this has to do with bleed tokens being put on. I wonder if her power, her ability is add 1 bleed token, to any. Whoa, this might be clicking. This might suddenly be clicking right now. Add a bleed token on a successful attack. Add a bleed token to any card this hero has. Wow, that could be wild. So then the question is, do you add it to the Blood Dagger? Do you add it to the Assassin's Blades? Do you add it to the Blood Mask? Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, this could be wild. Okay, let's try it. It's interesting. I love this idea that she attacks and then like takes the blood and like, you know, like this whole lore about her being, the whole lore behind her is that she's raised by these blood pixies, which nobody would ever want to be raised by a blood pixie. Like not even just because they're blood pixies, but like they're supposed to be pixies that are evil. They have been like malformed and they're terrible. And Eris, somehow we're still working out the story, is like, you know, loses her parents, ends up in a forest, and then somehow is raised by blood pixies. So she has this like, she's a little out there, not gonna lie. So it could be really cool that on a successful attack, place a bleed token on a card. On a successful attack, Place a bleed token. And we're not going to put the token. I know what it is. Place a bleed. Place bleed on. I mean, I know it's any card, but it's not. I'm not going to change the name of it because we don't need to right now. I know she doesn't have 10 health though. Oh, okay. I lied. She does. Okay, so let's see this. This is kind of interesting. This flips it, taking the bleed token away from it being something placed on a creature, but placing it as a fuel for weapons is a little strange, and I kind of like it. I think I like it. Yeah, I think I'm feeling this. It's interesting because you guys have seen a lot of the problem with the bleed tokens that I've been running into is that they basically just work the same as fire and poison. So why would we have it? Like, what does it even do? What does it even mean? And for a while I was leaning towards this idea that, I don't know if we still have it here, but that yeah, we don't have it. I think I just overwrote it, but I had this idea that, you know, you would need to have a creature would have to have a certain amount of blood tokens on them for her to do a certain attack, but it feels too limiting. It feels really limiting, actually. All right, let's put this on here, and then I think we're gonna probably wrap soon, because how long have I been streaming for? I don't even know. Oh, an hour 30. Wow, this is great. Okay, guys, thanks for, you guys carried the stream today. Wow. I thought I had it when I got on, and then I didn't have it, and then you guys were like, no, don't worry, we got it. So thanks, seriously, thanks guys. This was tough, but I think we're making something out of this. On a successful attack, place bleed on any card. That means we can remove it from these cards, which I would like to do. I think that weapons need to stand by themselves, and I don't think that this works like this. I still don't feel like there's a reason to attack with one or the other weapon. I kind of feel like with this one, we could actually just keep it. Well, no. Yeah, I just don't know why we would have two cards yet. But maybe one of them does damage. I also want to be careful with this concept, because I do think bleed should be applied to the creatures. And I do like this idea. It's pretty cool, especially for her. So it'd be like, okay, you take these off, and then you'd basically be like, okay, she can, on a successful attack, place bleed on any card. So if we did an attack and we get a hit, I can put this on the assassin's blade, or I can put it on the blood dagger, which maybe I want to do because maybe it requires 3 bleed tokens to spawn. Okay, I'm seeing choices happening. I'm seeing that. And then we roll again to do the assassin's blade. Again, we get it. Now we have 2, and then that's the end of the turn. Or it would be 1-on-1. Interesting. And then maybe the blood mask also has something going on there. Soul dagger when? This one? This guy? Nerf or nothing. It's always nerf or nothing. Huh, this is interesting. So if I get 3, I can put it on here, and then I can flip to get the blood pixie, which we you know, you need blood to make the ritual. You need blood to summon them, which is pretty cool. Do you miss the days when a small Kinder Egg was huge to you? I miss those days too, man. Yeah. There's so many things I miss growing up being a kid. It's so fun. I still don't know the reason for having 2 blades. Those were illegal. Oh my god, because of the choking hazard, right? Because you could choke on the toys or something? Wasn't that it? Or were people eating them and they didn't know there were toys in them? I still don't know why. I do think this is pretty cool that her ability is to place bleed tokens on any card. I will say there's one little issue, maybe not so little, but there is an issue that comes up with... There is an issue that comes up with... Yeah, I see where this is going. There is an issue with what weapons she gets in the future, because these are very specific to, like, you have to put blood on these things to make them do stuff. And that could very well be that there's a whole set of like blood weapons, but then she would be the only one who could use them, or not. It says on a successful attack, place bleed on any card. So does she take the bleed off of the creature and put it on any card? Right? Because she could do that. That's literally what it says. She could put bleed, she could put blood on all of them. I don't know what that does exactly. What is that elf thing? Oh, the blood pixie? You didn't see this, Raymond? Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is like part of her kit, was that she has this blood dagger, and initially the idea was you'd have to attack a creature that has bleeding tokens on them, and when you do, it summons a blood pixie to fight alongside you. So when this hero would be attacked, this creature takes damage and does 1 damage back, and then someone mentioned it should explode. He's adding Adopt Me pets to deadly decks. I mean, it works, Raymond. It's a business decision. Yeah, this is a really fun card. I love this card a lot. And it's actually really cool because then when she gets attacked, nothing happens to her. It's kind of like a shield, except it hits them back for 1 and then explodes and dies and then goes back. Which is why I'll tell you, I really like the idea that you have to put blood tokens on it, because then that means you'd need another 3 blood tokens on it to be able to do it again. Every time I tell you about the game, I feel like the devil in your ear telling you to procrastinate. No, believe me, I don't need any help procrastinating. I'm good. The procrastinating, oh boy, no. I'm like the LeBron James of procrastinating. I can procrastinate. Like if there was a team, I'd get first pick, first draft. They'd be like, oh, we want Curtis Wow on the team. He really knows how to procrastinate. Okay, I feel like we made a lot of really good progress here. I feel good about it. I still don't know exactly what's the difference between these 2 blades. I think part of it has to do with, I think they should be 2 different blades. I think they should be 2 different blades, and you should be able to visibly see that they're 2 different blades. And one of them should do X, one of them should do Y. And then we do have the add bleed. In this direction of the design, do tokens still get placed on enemies? Choosing between blood on enemies versus your card could be interesting, but could be too much. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm worried about that. I am worried about that. Yeah, because this design decision, it does, you know, games are ecosystems, right? The rules are ecosystems. You make one change, it affects all of them. So in this circumstance, being able to put bleed tokens on things introduces a number of new problems. One of them being, does that mean that there's a class of weapons so that when you get new weapons, that there are bleed weapons, like weapons that require blood weapons, that they require blood to function? Which means that you either have Eris use them on your team or you give them to someone else and Eris can put blood on those other weapons. Like say, for instance, we just randomly beat a creature and we get a blood dagger and we don't want to give it to Eris for some reason. We'd actually want to give it to Lady Lyria, and we do. And then during battle, Eris does a hit and gets a bleed token and then puts that bleed token on the blood dagger for Lady Lyria. Feels a little bit of a stretch narratively. Like, what are you doing? This is starting to get less like whoa and more like what? Like, you know? And so I feel like that's a problem. The other problem is what you mentioned, which is like, shouldn't a creature like typically in every other game that I can imagine, D&D, like, okay, so I'm only thinking of D&D, but like bleeding is a status effect that happens because you've severely damaged the creature that you're attacking, right? Or the hero gets a bleed token put on them. So yeah, I agree with you. The first thing you said, you know, making a choice between putting the bleed token somewhere, I don't think that's the answer. I think bleeding has to be put on a creature, otherwise I think it will feel very strange. Like you want to do more damage to them. I don't see a problem, however, with it being both. So if you have a weapon that causes bleed, that's fine. And also, whenever she does this, she puts a bleed token on a weapon. I don't know. Maybe it is too much. Is it the breakthrough that I thought it was? I don't know. Furry said, we got 1 and 2 blades. I'm telling you, have 2 sets of blades like you see. Bigger one does slice and stab, and the other gets stabbed into the people or thrown. Yes, I agree with you. Actually, this is my exact kit on Elden Ring. Is I have the, what is it, the Elden Ring it's the shortest katana blade. This, the Wakizashi, and it's really short. It's the shortest katana blade you can get. It's not even a great kit, I'll be honest with you. People are like, it's not that great of a sword, but I really love it because you can use the moon one. What's the moon? Uh-oh, what just happened? Whoa, that's not good. Moonveil. But because the Moonveil is a katana, you can hold the Moonveil and have the Wakizashi in your second hand, and you can do like really cool like hits. And I feel like that would be really cool to bring that over here, you know? So I see what you mean. Oh, thanks, Jasper. I mean, look, I'm making it up as I'm going along. So just be thankful this isn't flying a plane, because I think if we were, you would be as much of an expert as I am. But I appreciate it. Yeah, I think you're right. There is something really cool here. I'm leaning towards the idea that hold on, I'm sorry, I just got distracted. Don't worry, you guys know. You're like, oh, we know, dude. We know. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, shoot, it's gone. It's like, it's completely gone. It's gone. It was there for a second. Oh, it's what Jasper was saying. Jasper was saying, certainly you're an expert on the game compared to me, Lal, but as an uninformed viewer, which is very important for me, believe me, that's why I'm doing this. It feels like there's something cool here. You would be the best. You love planes. I do feel like there's something cool here. I think that we're almost there. Now that we've done this, I feel somewhat confident that the solution to this, to Eris, is that bleed tokens are a thing that you put on creatures. Like, we don't know the exact rule set of how and why or what it does, but that is the normal way that you play the game. And then when you pick Eris uses blood tokens on a set of items, and you may find other items in here that give these weapons like very strange properties, you know? Yeah, I think that's what will make her interesting. This is the blood system. Everybody else has the ability to do it. And then Eris has her own internal way of using blood in a very disturbing way. And I think that's really cool because it's kind of like you use bleeding in a certain way in the game and you're accustomed to it. And then when you choose Eris, you're kind of like, whoa, this is like wild what she's doing with bleed tokens and what you have to do. And the bleed tokens are fueling her, you know, her weapons. Yeah. All right, let's save this. I'm gonna save. No, we're not gonna mess with it. I kind of wanted to have like other saves, but it's okay. All right, we're gonna save that. And guys, it's Friday. Wow. Thank you for helping to carry the stream for me. You guys helped me really make this like design work really fun. And you know, it's funny because the first half of the stream, I was really struggling with doing design work on stream and feeling like there was a gun to my head to like solve it on stream live right now. And you guys really helped me to just like, just push it all away and just explore fun things, which is really what the stream is about. So, you know, we all have self-doubt. I'm just putting mine live on YouTube so everyone can watch me do that on a Friday. It's uncomfortable, right? Streaming is crazy. It's a weird thing. But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. This was really great. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Jasper, thanks for hanging out. By the way, there is a Discord, Jasper, in the description. Just saying, just throwing it out there. And if you guys want to like, subscribe to the channel, please. It really means a lot to me. We're at like 200 and what, like 16 or 17 or something. So I want to build this community. I want to share stuff on YouTube that makes people feel inspired, excited, critical thinking, getting their brains to be like engaged and making games, because games are awesome. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Curtis, wow. Ow.